did indicates that the action is performed in the past. So we have option A, were, B, are, and C, is, and D, was. The answer is option A, which is were. Question 69. Tayo could have supplied the goods, but it was dashed into two. A, splitting, B, split, C, splitted, and D, splits. Now we have the sentence expressed in the past form, and so we are going to choose an option that will be expressed in the past form. But split is always split. The present form of split remains split. The past form of split remains a split. So there is nothing like a splitted in English language. So we have option B, which is split. Question 70. Adaisha realized what marriage entails. She dash. A, could have not rushed into it. B, would have rushed into it. C, would not have rushes into it. And D, would not have rushed into it. The answer is option D, because it expresses the fact that Aisha already rushed into the marriage, but now she's realizing what marriage entails. So option D is the answer to the question. Question 71. Yesterday my father asked me, dash. A, if I am tired. This is talking about an action that was performed yesterday, so it should be expressed in a past form. So option A, if I am tired. B, are you tired? C, whether I was tired. And D, if I was tired. The linking item in the sentence should be if. So we have if I was tired expressed in the past. Question 72. The company deals dash computer software. A, after deal, the preposition should be in. Deals in computer software. So the answer is option C. There is no logic dash any of their claims. A, with, B, in, C, from, and D, of. Logic in any of their claims is the appropriate word. So we have option B. Question 74. Dash the house was an easy task for the demolition squad. A, bring forth. B, tearing down. C, bringing up. D, tearing with. Bringing forth cannot be the answer because it has to do with demolition. So when you bring something forth, it means something else. Option B, tearing down. Tearing down is close to demolishing a house, like bringing it down, destroying the house. Option C, bringing up. Bringing up is close to building or trying to raise the building. Option D, tearing with. Tearing with is not relating to demolition. So we have option B, which is a tearing down. Question 75. The player sat on the bench dash the match lasted. The options A, since, B, when, C, that, and D, while. The answer is option D because it was during the process of the match that the player sat on the bench. Question 76. He ran out when he saw the teacher. Dash, dash. So this is a question tag. He ran out when he saw the teacher. This is an action performed in the past. Question tag should be expressed in the past form. So we have A, didn't he, B, isn't it, C, doesn't he, and D is he. So because it is expressed in the positive form, we have the question tag in the negative form, and that is a didn't he, which is the appropriate question tag. Question 77. Parents should be good example dash their children. A, to, B, at, C, from, and D, by. The answer is to their children. Option A. Question 78. He traveled dash last week. The answer is option D, and that is somewhere. He traveled somewhere last week. Question 79. He was present at the party dash. This is also talking about a question tag, and because this is expressed in the positive way, in the positive manner, the question tag is going to be in the negative form. So we have wasn't he, that is option A. Option B, didn't he, C, could he, and D, couldn't he. because we have the helping verb that is going to be used as the question tag already, so there is no cause for alarm. So we have a wasn't he as the final answer, and that wasn't is taken from the sentence and then added to the negative marker note. Question 80. The prisoner has been dashed from all contacts. A. Kept upon, B. Kept apart, C. Kept for, and D. Kept on. So in this context, we have kept apart from all contacts as the final answer, to mean that the prisoner has been prevented from having contacts of people. Question 81. Would the test this dash declare the woman? So what does the woman detest? A. Types of program, B. Type of programs, C. Types of programs, and D. Types of program. The answer is option A, types of program, because we have this, the THESE, which is indicating plural, and then the type should also be in plural because you cannot pluralize program. So we have option A. We detest these types of program. Question 82. Lima doesn't like working in the dark. Dash. This is a question tag, and because we have the sentence expressed in the simple present form, the question tag should also be in the simple present form, and at the same time the sentence is indicating negative, so the question tag should be in positive. So those two factors are things we look for in the option we are about to choose. A. Has she, B. Does she, C. Will she, and D. Did she. The answer to this is option B, which is does she, like what we have in the sentence. Question 83. Oboro will always dash his friends. A. Stand up for, B. Stand down for, C. Stand across for, and D. Stand beside for. The appropriate expression is stand up for. So you stand up for your friend. Question 84. She arrived dash air for the occasion. The appropriate preposition that should come after arrive is by, and so we have she arrived by air for the occasion, and that is option D. Question 85. How do overbalanced and dash the water? How do overbalanced and dash the water? Options: A. Fell into, B. Fell from, C. Fell for, and D. Fell at. So since it is trying to talk about the position of someone getting down the water, you have a fell into the water. So option A is a final answer. Now to 2014 UTME Use of English. The paper type is type E, and the instruction reads: in each of questions 66 to 85, choose the option that best completes the gap. Question 66. The House and the Senate will dash at noon next week Wednesday to air a special address by the President. This has to do with the appropriate choice of word. Option A, collude, B, convene, C, adjourn, and D, arise. So adjourn has to do with the closure of a meeting, when somebody moves a motion to adjourn. Rise also has to do with the closure of the meeting. Collude is not even relating to the context. So we have a convene. Convene means to gather. So convene is the final answer. That is option B. Question 67. At the dash of the century, many ways of doing things were introduced. Options: A, site, B, turn, C, event, and D, birth. The appropriate expression is at the turn of the century, and that is option B. Question 68. You may have the pencil, but you can't have the ballpoint dash. This is talking